Hey everybody, what is going on? HexLex here. Got another Master Duel video for you. So this is day one of the new selection pack, and you know I'm going to be starting off with Ryzeal. Now, there are a ton of different ways that you can play Ryzeal, and that there are so many engines you can play with it. I've already seen MathMech builds out there. I've already seen Fiendsmith Ryzeal being played a lot in MD, so I've heard. I haven't actually played the latter yet. I'm going to stick with Pure just to start off with, and this is card for card, except for the extra deck. There is a couple minor differences I'll talk about here in a second, but the main deck and most of the extra deck are card for card the same that I showed off in my initial build. Extra deck, like I said, is a little bit different. Steel Swarm Roach, I realize I think is a pretty solid rank 4 target to make during your opponent's turn with the Ryzeal Plasma Hole. So I'm going to be using that. Also, I am going to be playing Light Dragon at Ignister because I realized, or rather I saw somebody in the Discord server talk about the fact that this doesn't target, and I misremember that this is targeted removal. So the fact that this is non-targeted does make it a little bit more appealing to me. I've had a lot of people ask in the comment section about some alternate budget suggestions because there is quite a bit of UR demand for this deck, right? Between a lot of the rank 4s as well as stuff like 7th Tachyon and 7th Ascension. So if you're looking for some alternate starters here, or searchers rather, for one, I think 7th Ascension is fairly optional. I'm going to try out a couple of copies, but if you don't have any, I would not consider this an essential craft and would definitely focus on other stuff first. 7th Tachyon, I do think, is one of the better searchers you're going to get for this deck. I think it is quite important. I was actually meaning to look and see how good... Yeah, so I think if you are looking for some budget options and you're willing to maybe change up your hand trap lineup a little bit, you could consider Small World is not a horrible option, considering that, you know, between the Ryzeal monsters, a lot of them only really share the level 4 in common, right? Light Pyro versus Fire Thunder, and they have differing stats. Fulos is also Wind Wing Beast with differing stats from looks like pretty much all of them, so that's a pretty good target. You got Valor for a light, you got Ash Blossom as fire, so yeah, I think Small World could be a decent budget option if you're also looking for more searchers. As far as the rank 4 department goes, I mean, like I mentioned, Steel Swarm Roach, this isn't just a budget option for me. I am actually going to legit try this out, and it's only an SR. Another good SR for this deck, I think, is a Starliege Photon Blast Dragon. The fact that it can basically make your detonator even more of a tower than it already is. It won't be able to be targeted or destroyed by card effects, on top of detonators already, you know, detached to protect style of effect. Another good SR rank 4 option is Full Armored Utopic Ray Lancer. Again, not just a good budget option, I am legit going to play this. It's pretty good for, you know, pushing back against the board as far as, like, beating over monsters with stats. Could potentially make OTKing easier in some scenarios as well. But you could also, oh, another good SR option is actually a second Mirologic Aggregator. Might end up including this in the deck myself. I'm going to start with 1, but I've seen a lot of builds on 2. Alright, so again, main deck is pretty much the same. I'm going to link my combo guide in the description below, because I also go into more of an in-depth breakdown about the build and why this deck is so good, etc, etc. But I'm going to craft all these, and then we're going to go straight to ladder. So let's see if we manage to get any royals. I did open my packs already, and as you can see, I pulled a few of the Ryzeal cards, but not all of the URs I needed. Thankfully, I did already have the 7th spell cards from previous pack openings, but we're going to batch generate cards not owned. 300 UR. Oh, that's so many. But you know what? It's worth it. Let's see if we get any royals. Rip. No royals at all. Not even a glossy. Unfortunate, but you know what? It is what it is. And I can't complain about my account's overall royal luck. I definitely won't be doing that. Alright. We're just going to go straight into Diamond Ranked Ladder. And this is my first game with Ryzeal on Master Duel. So let's see what we got here. One of my first games with Ryzeal in general. So, got the new Pot of Greed coin. We're going first. Hopefully our opponent doesn't scoop the instant they see a Ryzeal card. Let's see how this goes. Got 14 one-card starters, 14 hand traps. Alright. Sword, X, call by. I feel pretty good about this. We're gonna lead with yeah, we're gonna lead with X Ryzeal here. I think that's good enough. We're gonna send the Mirologic Aggregator. We're not gonna activate Aggregator, we're just gonna activate X. And we're going to add node because we already have sword. Alright, let's see if they try to droll and lockbird us. We do have the callback. Okay, no droll. Let's special summon the sword. Go sword Ryzeal F. Let's let us special the ice. We're gonna special ice, or can we can special star here, because ice doesn't really do anything. It only really does something when normal summoned. The summons from deck, right? It doesn't add. Oh no, this is adding. Okay, yes, we're gonna add. Sorry, I mixed that up for a second. Okay, they're gonna go Fuelos. We'll call by. We have 2 Fuelos in our hands, so it's not like the greatest feeling in the world, but we're also really not gonna use these anyway, so. Okay, I was really glad they didn't chain another Fuelos or a Max C there. Alright, I'm gonna make Duo Drive before summoning Ice, and I'm gonna really hope they don't have Ash Blossom. Please don't have an Ash. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, we should be good to go now because we're going to add cross and plug in. Let's get the cross online. Now we're insulated from another hand trap, so we're good there. We're not going to special summon Ice Ryzeal because it only gets the summon effect if we normal it. So let's do that. Let's normal summon Ice. Activate Ice F. The star, this is when it's just special summoned? Yeah, okay, we'll special summon star. Do I want to set the plasma hole? I mean, there's kind of no reason not to, because I can use each of its effects once per turn, right? Yeah, so I could just, before I make a rank 4 with the graveyard effect, just activate the first effect. Alright, now we can... The funny thing is... Well, I do still want bodies on the field, right? So yeah, let's go ahead... Let me make the detonator first, just to do it, I guess. I don't think order super matters here. That's a cool animation. Let's attach the aggregator that's in our graveyard. Alright, now we can special summon our node, Ryzeal, and let's go ahead and activate that. Send Duo Drive. Actually, you know what the funny thing is? 1 card from your hand. I could just send a Fuelos that's on my hand and keep the Duo Drive. Let's do that. Just keep an extra body on board. I feel like that's worth more than the Fuelos in hand. Now, I could actually make another rank 4 right now, or I could wait and see what kind of strategy my opponent's on. I feel like that's probably better. So we're just going to pass like this. Oh, I forgot to draw a card off of cross. Oh wait, no, I only have 1 in the graveyard, right? Okay, so we're fine. Never mind. Because you have to put 2 back? Yeah, it's 2. Okay. I do need to remember to do that, though, because I forgot to do it in my combo guide, and I forgot to do it when just messing around with test hands, too. I always forget about this for some reason. Symphonic Warrior DJ. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon a Symphonic Warrior from your deck in face-down defense position. Hit DJ... or amplifier. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and get our first pop here. I'm just gonna pop this because there's kind of no reason not to, I feel like. I mean, it puts it in the extra deck and they're just gonna concede right away. Wow. That's wild. I was gonna say it puts in the extra deck, which could set up for a pendulum summon, but we could just make Tornado Dragon and pop pen scales because Tornado Dragon is a quick effect. Is Tornado Dragon once per turn? It's not. Ooh, so that definitely would have been the call to make against the Pendulum deck there for sure. All right, well, I think that was a pretty successful first outing. You know what? I'll deal with the replays later. I was gonna unlock some of those so I could save more Ryzeal replays, but nah, we'll just keep going. Don't want to interrupt the momentum of the video here. All right, we're already on a rank up, and we're going first again. That's pretty cool. We like to see those. I've seen a couple of pictures of lists with Lancias in it. I definitely don't think Lancia is the call. I want to make a video probably later this week actually talking more about that though. Okay, so we got 7th Ascension. That's a starter. We have Ash Blossom, Triple Tack, and Node. I like this hand. All right, start with 7th Ascension. Droll and Lockbird would suck, actually, if we got hit with a Droll here. Okay, they're just going to concede. This is kind of more what I thought was going to happen when I won coin flips, but at the very least for that first game, we had an actual back and forth. If too many of these happen in a row, I'll cut to a real duel, though. But let's just pop on into our next game real quick. Oh, I kind of want to go second, just to have at least one going second game for the video. Not that I'll ever complain about winning the coin flip, but as I said, I will absolutely take going first. It's because they're on a rank up game, you see. Always go second on your rank up game. Even though we didn't. We didn't, though. Okay, so I'm going to lead with 7th Ascension here. If they ash it, I'm going to let it go through. Mulch Army Perulia. Do I want to call by that? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to be really upset if they throw out a Foolos or a Maxi, but... Oh, they have it, don't they? Oh, it's another Perulia? That's fine. I don't care as much about that. So this might actually still be the mirror. You might see Perulia and think Tenpai, but... Mulch Armies, random Mulch Armies, Perulia and Meows are a lot more playable in something like Ryzeal because they're level 4 than they would be in other decks. So this could very easily still be the mirror match. In fact, I'm going to be kind of assuming that it is here. Alright, let's do 7th Tachyon. Because we searched it. I don't want them to know I have Bonfire in hand unless I have to give them that info. That summons from deck. This specials itself from hand and then adds on special summon, right? I guess I'm just trying to think of the way to give them the fewest amount of draws here. Would probably just be go... I think I'm fine giving them a couple of draws. I'm gonna lead with Ice. I'm just gonna lead by normal summoning Ice Ryzeal. And we can put back the extra 7th Ascension. So we're not specialing by its own effect. I'm gonna normal, that gives them a draw, we activate. And let's see if they have a counter. Okay, they have an Ash Blossom. They saved it for the Ice Ryzeal. I think you should be saving Ash Blossom for Duo Drive, honestly. For kind of exactly what I'm about to do here, which is just add another... Yeah, just do more searching. Get an X Ryzeal. So this will give them a draw. They'll get one... I'm fine giving them one off of this. We'll send Aggregator. I think we can get away with giving them 2 draws. I already used Ash Blossom. There's not much of a reason to chain block this X, but there's also kind of not a reason to, or there's not really much reason to not do it. Okay, so we're gonna special summon Sword from hand. Or no, we're gonna add Node, and then we're gonna special that. So I'm gonna make Duo Drive, and then I'm gonna special Node, and then I'm gonna send, and then I'm gonna make a Detonator, is how I'm gonna do this here to give them only one more draw. So we're not gonna get Sword, we're only gonna get Node here. Duo Drive. They have something else. I think it's a Veiler or Imperm. They're about to use it here, which would explain why they ashed earlier too. It's an Imperm, okay. We can still make a Detonator. Give them one more draw. I think that's worth it. We'll have Imperm too. Oh, but I can't send then target one Ryzeal monster. Oh, because I don't have a Ryzeal monster in my graveyard. Oh, that's why you needed the extra. Okay. Well, you know what? That's unfortunate, but at least we learned. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have a Ryzeal monster in my graveyard, so I can't use the effective Node, because you need to already have something in your graveyard to be able to, yeah, bring back. You might say, well, aren't you going to send the duo drive as a cost? But yeah, I have to hope that they don't have another play in their hand, but that's probably not going to be the case. Yeah, but even sending duo drive as a cost doesn't work, unfortunately, because I need to have something already in the graveyard to target here, which I failed to realize I didn't. Is there any miracle that they'll just go past here? No, they definitely have plays. Wait, they specialed another ice by discarding Star, though. This still just beats me, though, doesn't it? This duo drive here. Let's see what they add. I'm not going to surrender just yet. It's also like day one of the deck, so people might make mistakes. And we just want to see what they add here. Because if they just add the 2 spells, like, isn't that totally fine for me? Doesn't that, like, not really affect me at all? Well, it will affect me, just not that much. Or as much as if they grab, like, monsters here. Okay, they're not completely brain dead. they're grabbing monsters. Might just end up conceding. You know what, though? It's still day one. And not only is it day one, it's literally the 3rd game I've ever played with this deck. And I think it would behoove not only me, but if you're watching along to kind of learn more about Ryzeal as well, I think it'd behoove both of us to kind of watch to see how our opponent plays this out. I want to see how they go for an OTK here, because I have some ideas of how I might do it based on my extra deck, but I also don't know what's in their extra deck, and they might be playing an option that I'm not privy to. So let's take a moment to learn here. Alright, they're going to go Mirror Logic on my Duo Drive, which will stop the attack reduction, which actually did matter slightly here. The thing about Detonator that makes it different from something like Dryden is that you can't just freely destroy cards, right? It's only when I activate a card or effect that my opponent would be able to Detonator and then pop. So they can't just go Detonator and start popping here, right? All this to say, I might actually live through this turn. Now, I'd be top decking into probably an open, open field, open hand, basically nothing. And based on what my opponent's going to set up, I don't think I'm going to realistically be able to win from that. But I think it is still worth noting when they are or are not able to OTK. Could you use Dugaris to help OTK as well? I was just kind of thinking about that. The double attack option is really helpful. Again, Light Dragon is good for non-targeted clearing the board. Utopic Ray Lancer drops attack points, can make another attack, and also negates the effects of all attack position monsters, which is really cool. But that doesn't really help them as much in this scenario. What do they do? They just activated Node's effect, I think? Okay. What is it? During the battle phase, when your opponent activates a monster effect, detach your material from this card. I was trying to see if Masquerade would actually help randomly. Like if this card is actually worth making. The answer seems like a resounding no. It feels like it's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know. If I was in my opponent's shoes here. Okay, they're making the Detonator. Each of the following effects once per turn, that includes the Destroy. Okay. Yeah, probably popping the Node with Light Dragon. I don't know. I don't know if there actually is a way for Ryzeal to cleanly OTK here. Again, at least not with my extra deck. But again, that also does beg the question, like, does this deck even need to OTK when you put your opponent in a position like the one I'm in here? I think my opponent's kind of like expecting me to have conceded by now, and they're like, what are they doing? Yeah, okay, so they're just gonna make the Light Dragon. If I was live on stream, I'd almost wonder if this person was like stream sniping, because I just talked about making Light Dragon. Almost. I wouldn't think they were actually doing it. So they do have the plug-in to summon out the Star Ryzeal, which will let them set a card as well. And that is going to be, even then, that's only, like, even if I had a clearer board, that's only 7,100 points of damage. But of course, if I had no monsters on board, you would simply make Dugaris here. That would double the Detonator up to 6k. Dugaris is 1,200 attack rate. Yep, so 12 plus 18 is 3,000 plus 6k would be 9k damage there. But again, that's with no monsters on board. $48, 41. Yeah, I guess that is war damage. Okay. Yeah, 4 material detonator with an aggregator attached, plus the face down. I was gonna say, even if I do top deck a 1-card starter, there's no real shot of coming back here, but still an interesting thought experiment. Also just, you know, seeing how my opponent decided to play through the scenario. They decided to come to the same conclusion that I did, that Light Dragon in Detonator was probably the best way to go there. So I was just interested to see if they'd pull out like a, you know, a wacky rank 4 that I'd never heard of before. But okay, I think that's going to pretty much do it for this first gameplay video. I think that's going to make for a pretty solid wrap there. So, yeah, like I said, hopefully this video was of some help if you're just beginning playing Ryzeal like I am. And definitely know if you want to see more Ryzeal gameplay in the future. We'll be posting more in the near future, but if you really want to see it be like the next video, definitely feel free to let me know in the comments. Either way, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Always appreciate that. Let's go ahead and move now to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.